Hey, I want to share with you a ratio that we started using about a year and a half ago. And I should say the first, 18, 19 years we didn't use when we found it extremely valuable. And then I'll just tell you the reason we haven't used the ratio is because we know no two projects are the same. And so we like to get into the details of every line item, every cost and value, so on and so forth of every single project, which we do anyways. But this ratio verifies some of the numbers we've arrived at. It's like a double check. And I think it's important that when you're establishing values, that you have a few different ways you do it. And this ratio has been very helpful. And let me tell you, before I share this ratio we've been using over at Allied, over at Vestrite, we teach you how to take what the average home sells for, because house comps are very easy to find, and do the math backwards to arrive all the way at what the raw land is worth. And that's by plugging in home building hard costs, soft costs, and profit, plugging in, and that'll create what's called a finished lot value, which is a developed lot that's ready to build on. And then from there, you plug in land development, hard costs, soft costs, and profit to arrive at what the raw land is worth undeveloped. But the thing is that house comps are very easy to find, and finished lot comps are not easy to find. And that's because most finished lots are sold off market. And so you have to dig a lot deeper to find finished lot comps. So what this ratio is that throughout the country, and it varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, is what is the finished lot value versus the average home sales price value? What is that ratio? And I will tell you throughout the market, depending on the jurisdiction and area within the jurisdiction even, is that ratio is somewhere between 20 and 33%. And I got to tell you, that's a huge spread. Take a $400,000 home times 20%, that finished lot value is $80,000. Times it by 30%, and it's $120,000. That's a 40 grand spread. That is very, very substantial and can make or break a project, and could be a big part of how much money you make in the development space, or putting together off-market raw land deals like we do and taking them through approvals and selling them. I mean, the lot that's worth 80 probably doesn't have near as much meat on the bone as the lot that's worth 120. Now, understand, the higher that ratio, also the more likely that raw land is worth, what you're going to need to pay to that property owner. But that ratio has become so valuable, because as we're doing the formulas that we teach at Vestrite and that we do at Allied, as we're doing our equations, our formulas to establish, what the finished lot is worth and what the raw land is worth, referring to that ratio is a great double check. And also, the best way to find these ratios, these finished lot ratios, the finished lot value to average home sales price ratio, just talk to your builders. Talk to numerous builders within that market, because they might shoot low at you sometimes, hoping they can buy the deal better. But, collect that data from numerous builders. And then what's nice is you have the formulas that we teach over at Vestrite that you can double check, with those ratios, or check those ratios with your formula. But it's amazing how accurate it is. I'm almost embarrassed to admit it, because we didn't use it for 18, 19 years, but it's amazing how accurate it is. And it's an extremely valuable way to quickly establish finished lot values, because finished lots are comps and values are so hard to find. So hopefully that's helpful. And I know it's been hugely helpful for us over at Allied. All right, take care.